Look under the bed, look in the closet, look in the next room.
You're trusting strangers with your entire life.
100%. So we do have panic devices in all the rooms. Things get out of hand. The lady knows exactly where that panic device is. I found myself in a really bad situation. You thought you were going to see one person in a room, and there was 3 in a room. This is our beautiful building, the original Mustang Ranch. So I had to take security to the gate and with my gun to the gate and had a face off with him. This is where they're gonna have their private conversation.
What do you look for in a girl that wants to work here? Are pimps still involved in the brothel business? Oh my gosh, that is so scary. Hello. I'm looking for Tara or Cullen. Hi.
Are you Matt?
Yes.
I'm Tara.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
So we don't record anything
Okay,
in here.
okay.
Just so you know, just
Perfect.
because some of the ladies and families that go there here.
Got it.
And there's mirrors everywhere.
Okay.
But that's my only rule.
I will respect it.
Baby. Okay.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. I'm a normal, regular person.
But the head, madame. Did you know that this is always something you wanted to do, is transition your career from working girl to madam?
Kinda, it was in the back of my head. I was a firefighter. And so when the economy shut down, the first 8 of us to be hired as a fireman were the first 8 to be let go. And so that's when I came back, but not as a working girl. So I came back as a bartender and had no bartending experience whatsoever. And that's when the old Madam Susan pulled me aside and said, I need you more on this side. And then she decided she wanted to retire, so she trained me for the madam's position.
You have to be a very strong person for your job.
To play that role, you got to be tougher. You have to have tough skin. You've got to be able to give advice.
What do you look for in a girl that wants to work here?
She's got to be kind, compassionate. It's not just about that quick dollar. Our customers, it's not just that wham bam. They've lost their wives. They've been in the war. They've been burned. They're disabled. We have couples that come in that want to rekindle their relationship after 25 years and don't know how to do that have been to sex therapists and coaches, and this is their last resort. And so I need those ladies that are their teachers. They're help to guide these people and teach that human touch is okay. It's okay to talk about sex.
I'm so excited to try the food too. I've read a ton of reviews about the place and a lot about how good the food was. The burgers.
The burgers are the best.
Yes.
Everybody comes out here for lunch.
So is this room that we're in right now like the employee room, or?
So this is called the parlor, and so the door that we went through, there's a separation between the business. When you first walked in, that's a Wild Horse Saloon, that's a bar and restaurant. Now you're on the brothel side. So this is the parlor where we do lineups, and so if a guest comes through the side door, wants a lineup, or even ask for a lineup in the bar, we'll bring them in here. He'll sit on the couch, and we'll have the ladies show you that you're gonna interview. So if the ladies are staying down East Hall or West Hall, that's the hallway they're gonna line up in. They come out one at a time, introduce themselves to the guest on the couch, and then they all line up against the mirror. They don't talk about anything, even on a tour as they're walking around. They're showing them the rooms, they're getting to know each other, and then they go into a private setting to have that conversation about money and sex.
Oh.
Always, always.
So you don't even know how much you're paying until you get into the room?
Yep. Because every girl's different. Every girl's different. So if a guy goes back with, say, Bella, and they can't come to an agreement, then I'll step in and say, hey, why don't you go talk to this girl or this girl? Because they're all different. They're all independent contractors.
Okay.
Yeah. This is their world. I'm here to protect them and guide them. This is where they're going to have their private conversation. So they close the door, sit in here, they're gonna find out what type of party they wanna do, and then their budget, get their money, and this is where they're gonna do their DCs, or if it's a female, she's gonna check her vajayjay. So we have a spotlight for that, we have gloves, We have wipes that have a little bit of alcohol in there, but they're nice and warm, so we can wipe down whoever we're checking. If a guy has something questionable or a lady, then they'll get a second DC, a second opinion.
And then once they agree on the business, everything's good, then they go to the room from here.
They go to the office and then book. Then they grab a setup, which is a towel for the customer to shower with, and a sheet that goes over the bed so they can have sex on top of the bed, because the girls sleep there at night. But if something gets soiled, we have 24-hour security, housekeeping to go clean everything. So this is the original building that Joe Conforti actually built back in the early 70s.
Joe Conforti, the man behind the Mustang Ranch, has quite the colorful past. An immigrant from Italy, Conforti got the idea to start a brothel from his taxi driving days, when he would drive sailors from Oakland to North Beach to hook up with prostitutes for $3 a trick.
You're not ashamed of what you do.
Why should I be ashamed? I think I am accomplishing a public service.
Conforti was a man of many controversies.
There's no doubt that Joe Conforti has had a significant influence in Story County over the years. And I think most of that influence has been to the bad, not to the good.
One being in May of 1976, when Argentine boxer Oscar Bonavena was shot to death outside the gate at Mustang by Conforti's bodyguard. Bonavena was reportedly having an affair with Conforti's wife, Sally, and planning to take over the ranch. Years later, Conforti found himself in even more trouble when he's indicted on federal charges for tax evasion, with 4 charges and an $18 million tax debt with the IRS. It is rumored that he fled to Rio and lived on the beach until his death. Oh my gosh.
So this is our beautiful building, the original Mustang Ranch.
I feel like I'm in like Vegas or something. It's so cool.
This ceiling was hand painted by the same gentleman that hand painted the Venetian in Las Vegas.
Gorgeous.
These pillars are all hand done as well, and if you look at them, they're all different. You can see the top hat and a lady here in her bosom. This is one of the tallest poles of a strip club. And then whoever can climb the pole, there's a bunch of initials and names up there. I let the girls kind of do their signatures up there.
I love it. Let me quickly explain the layout of the Mustang Ranch so you can get a grasp as to where I am on the premises. The Mustang Ranch has 2 buildings. The Wild Horse Saloon, where the brothel is currently at, and this building, where I will stay for the time I'm there and where they used to run the brothel.
When I was 18 and worked here, you couldn't sit at the bar. So we would grab some of the bar stools, and there wasn't a window here. You could put your bar stool right here and talk to the customers, because you couldn't actually go into the bar when you were 18. So this is B Hall. This is where all the ladies would stay. Right now, we don't use this building. We use it like we just had a big event last week. We had the Brothel Awards. So we had a lot of customers stay on property, and so we use it kind of like hotel rooms for them to stay in. Or if they've been drinking too much, we don't want them on the road, I will comp them a room for the night. Or any of our VIPs that want to come and stay, we'll put them in a room too.
I love it.
Just like you get your own room today.
Thank you. I'm excited.
We put you in a special suite.
Yay!
So this is our safari suite, and we just redid this whole beautiful shower.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
So this is called our blowjob shower.
Ooh.
So you could actually put somebody right here. And the faucet, when we first did it, was a little too far up, and so Donnie had it taken back a little bit, so when you're getting a blowjob, the water can trickle down on your head.
Sexy. As I unpacked and settled in, I couldn't believe where I was. I mean, this series has taken me to some very exciting places, but never had I spent numerous nights at a brothel. I was excited to talk with the ladies about their experiences here at the Mustang Ranch, and to explore what the queer culture was really like. But for now, I was told to meet back up at the brothel for more of a tour.
This is one of our hallways where the ladies stay. Don't mind the bit in the hallway. So Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday is incoming, outcoming days. So a lot of our ladies are leaving today. And then we have a whole new group coming in the next 3 days to see the doctor. And so they all have bins they leave here on property, so they don't have to take their heels and their clothes and their condoms and their, all the stuff home. They can actually leave it here on property. So this is our hot tub room.
Ooh.
So of course, no sex in the hot tub. But you can book this with a customer. A lot of the ladies also, after 12 hours, if their feet or their back are hurting, they'll come in here and hang out for a little while too.
If you are here working, are you allowed to drink? Are you allowed to, what are the rules on that?
So we're a drug-free house, and all the girls know that. We do have a contract we go over with each girl. If I think you're under the influence of something, we will drug test you. The girls can have drinks with their customers, but more importantly, not get wasted drunk, because again, it comes down to safety. If you're so wasted or under the influence, are you going to remember to wear a condom? Are you going to pass out in that room with that customer? He's going to take advantage of you. And so if I see a girl over drinking, of course I'm going to put her to bed. Of course it sometimes might be a blowout, and then she wakes up the next morning. Now I understand. I always give girls a second chance. And if she is drinking too much, we have a drink list. Okay, well, I'm going to approve you for 2 drinks. If she wants another one, I want to see her, look at her, make sure her sentences are clear, her eyes are clear, then I'll approve you another one. But you're not here to party, you're not here to get drunk, you're here to focus. This is our doctor's office. Like I was explaining to you, our doctor comes on property 5 days a week, and the ladies are seen every 7 days. Of course, we have 24-hour housekeeping.
It's gigantic here. It never ends. Oh my gosh. Oh, nice. So this is like an example room of where they would do their business.
This is their room for their stay, and this is where they take customers.
Does each woman have their own room? Like if you come for the 2-week span, like this would be your room?
For her 2-week stay.
For your 2-week stay.
Absolutely.
And when they come back, do they always kind of stay at the same room? Or?
No, because we have a turnover every 2 weeks. So if this room is busy for 3 weeks and she wants room 7, it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. And so I create a room list every week of who goes where and how long their stay is, and it's all about scheduling. So we do have panic devices in all the rooms. Of course, I'm not going to share that information with you.
Yes.
But if things get out of hand, the lady knows exactly where that panic device is. We do have 24-hour security. 99% of the time, it's a foot, it's a pillow, it's an accident. But more importantly, I want to make sure security gives me a visual she's okay, reset that alarm.
Do you get a lot of females that come in here that worked independently before working here?
Absolutely.
What's the transition like for them?
It is different because that is a different type of atmosphere. You're walking into the unknown, into a hotel room, and you're not doing DCs, you're not doing dick checks, you're not trained or taught how to put a condom on. And so getting to know these ladies, there's huge training that goes into that. This is how you use a condom. This is how you put it on. This is how you take it off. If a condom breaks, here's what you do. They think they know it all, but once they get here, they're like, didn't know half of this. I was letting customers put the condom on. I was not doing X, Y, and Z. I wasn't going to the bathroom after sex. They didn't know they were supposed to be going to the bathroom after sex.
So girls aren't allowed to work independently outside if they're working at the brothel as well, right?
Yes, because they carry a work card and a brothel license through the brothel. So you're saying you're going to stay here and be legal, and you can't go on the outside and go put up these pages to work illegally.
Do you guys search the pages to try to find girls?
Yes, I do.
I feel like you have eyes everywhere. Like I would not want to mess with you because I feel
I think it's because I've been in the business so long. I've done it all. And I try and tell some of these ladies, if you thought it, I've already done it.
Did you ever work independently before working at the brothel?
I did. I tried it once, actually a couple times. I found myself in a really bad situation, and then that was the end of that.
Do you mind talking about the situation or not?
It was just you thought you were going to see one person in a room, and there was 3 in a room. And so I even talked to my ladies about that. If you do independent work, that's your prerogative. We can shake hands, we can part ways, but please be safe. Look under the bed, look in the closet, look in the next room.
So they'll have other people hiding to like gangbang the situation?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that is so scary.
Oh yeah, it's the world of unknown. You don't have security. You're getting these phone numbers and these emails. You don't know these people.
You're trusting strangers with your entire life.
100%.
Are pimps still involved in the brothel business?
Not this brothel. If we think a girl's being managed, we kind of keep an eye on it, and we try and pull her under our wing and try and help her, give her the opportunity. We have faced off with a pimp before. There was a girl that came out. She was new. She was very timid. She was always on the phone in her room talking to a male, answering to a male, and so I pulled her in and I explained some of my past, and she came clean. The pimp actually came here into property because she stopped answering his phone calls, so I had to take security to the gate and with my gun to the gate and had a face-off with him, called Story County out. They backed me up, had the girl come out to the gate with me. We asked her in front of the sheriff, do you want to go with this man or do you want to stay here? She says, I do not want to go with this man. So we finally got him away, and then I gave her the opportunity. Do you want to work here or do you want to leave and go home to your family? Absolutely, I want to go home to my family. That was 5 years ago, and I still talk to her. She's going to school to be a teacher, and she is so grateful for how we helped her get out of that situation.
Wow, and that's amazing to hear because I feel like a lot of people probably think there's sex trafficking going on in brothels.
Absolutely not. We do background checks on all of our ladies. In the years, even at the original, nobody's ever been sex trafficked. ever in a brothel.
This is just the start to my time at Mustang Ranch, and I cannot wait to share more of my trip with you in future episodes. Next week, we will continue to take more of a tour of the ranch. I go up to the tower where Oscar Bonavena was shot from, and I finally sit down with the ladies of Mustang Ranch to talk with them about everything. And trust me, nothing is off limits.
It makes my skin crawl and my voice shakes.
I hope you're subscribed, and I will see you next week.